All right, we are live. We are not going HD today because this laptop is hanging by a moment. It's got 4 ports and only 2 of them work. So I got to do like power because you need power because it's got to be on and the microphone. So that's how we're rolling today. All right. So welcome into the number 90-second live stream of the ratings. I don't know. No, I don't think anybody rates live streams, to be honest with you, or running shows. But it's Wednesday, it's February 26th, 2025. Saw my sister just posted that my niece had a birthday. She's 18. That blew my mind. I'm still shook. I haven't gotten over to that yet. I was like, wow, time just flies by, and like more so with nieces and nephews because it's like out of sight, out of mind. It's like their baby, and then I turn around, now they're driving cars. It's kind of like the thing that happens. Happy birthday, Addie. 18. It's pretty crazy. But it's just not, it's not top of mind. I'm not thinking about it. If the things like that happen and I'm like, oh wow, I'm old. Oh yeah, I'm getting older. My niece turns 18. It's like finding a gray hair. Oh, all right. Oh, happy birthday. I'm mortality. All right. Well, if you follow the channel, I'm not here for a good time. I'm trying to be here for a long time. So welcome in. Let's get to it. Midnight Runner, never too late for greatness. Hope your run is going well today, or you had a good run, or you're listening to this on your run and you are enjoying the weather because it's warming up. It's on the horizon, spring's coming. So that means all my race weather is going to be going away. But I did a Coros fitness test today. The last guy on YouTube to try Coros out. Coros didn't send it to me, by the way. They sent everyone else, but it's because they knew they don't have to send it to me. And I'm going to get a pace 30 anyway. And then I'm going to do a Coros fitness test just because they know I love those race predictors and stuff too. So anyway, I got some results on that. I made a video on it, and we'll see how it turns out. It's we're still getting to know each other. It takes a little bit of time when you get new equipment, new wearables. It's just figuring you out. You gotta run enough to know it's like, oh, okay, yeah, you're fit. So I think it kind of put me a little bit slower than where I'm currently at least for like a half marathon time. It thinks I could do it in 121 and a half, and I did one in 120 and a half. So anyway, we'll get there. Okay, great things take time. Okay, these relationships take a little bit of work, and we're putting in the work. I wore the for the fitness test, I wore the Endorphin Elite V1. So the fitness test, if you're unaware, if you haven't watched any of your favorite YouTubers do a Coros fitness test, like Joshua Hubbard or Floberg, I think Flores, I don't know if Flores did one, but uh, it's 25 minutes at marathon pace effort, no breaks. You go right into 3 minutes at 10K. You go to right to 3 minutes at 5K pace. And if you got the nuts for it, I think there's an option for even like mile pace, but maybe I'm wrong about that. It stopped me after the 5K pace. It's like, bro, you're good. We're good. We know what's going on here. So um Pano says, hi everyone. That was your most midlife start of a live stream, Andrew. My authentic midlife self. For looks 36, no, 44, about to be 45. But if we live to 90, that's halfway. We're trying to go for 100 like everybody else. So the course test is 25 minutes at that marathon pace, and that block for me was 6:23. And so my marathon prediction time according to Coros is 2:48 something. But it doesn't really matter. I'm not running, but I'm not going to let that stuff inform me how I'm going to run. And we're going to get to shoes, guys. This was my run today. And it says 2:48 and some change, but I'm running Boston by effort. So, it'll be a surprise whenever we get there. I'm definitely going to ease into it. Someone put in the comments today, a man, I forgot his name. Anyway, he said he's from Massachusetts. He lives 20 minutes north of the course. He said he ran on it a lot to train for the marathon that he was running. And he said it starts at mile 8. And I love this direction because he says there's a Wendy's there at the mile marker. And like Wendy's is my go-to. I don't know why. Maybe it was Dane Cook who had the spiel about someone giving directions everywhere but where you need to go. And that really resonated with me because my mom does that unintentionally. My mom does that. Okay, so you're going to go down and then it's going to be your second right. Now, if you see the Wendy's, then you've gone too far. But when you cross the railroad tracks and then you're going to take the right and so like you know where not to go more than you know where to actually go. That's the kind of and my mom, this before, so I got my license in 96, 97. My mom would take the Thomas guide, the maps, and before Google Maps was a thing, and she would just knock all the shit off the table. And there wasn't anything on the table. I'm being dramatic because she's very neat and she's very clean. And she'd be like, okay, here we are, right here. We're going right there. What you're gonna want to do is you're gonna take this back road. And then if you go now, if you see the Wendy's, just go too far. Don't go to Wendy's. Okay. Don't get a frosty. But you're gonna want to do is you're gonna take a right. So I really resonated and I thought that was funny. And then that guy said Wendy's. I'm like, dude, I have a plan now. And I felt like my mom was talking to me like, hey, if you see the Wendy's, this go time. Okay. That's when the race is actually going to start. Mile 8, there's a Wendy's. It would be amazing to get a Frosty at mile 8. Just throwing that out there. Um, anyway, so the reason I chose the Endorphin Elite for this is that this is a shoe that has the range of marathon pace all the way to up to mile pace. And when selecting that shoe, I went into my shoe closet, otherwise known as a closet. I just happened to have a lot of shoes in there. And I was going to settle on the Puma Deviate Nitro Elite V3 because it's really lightweight. I think I could have also done the Metaspeed Edge Paris, but there's 204 miles on that shoe, so I wanted something a little fresh. And I thought, you know what? I haven't run in the elites in a while, maybe since October. And so it's kind of like I've got all these shoes. Sometimes like, oh, I don't want to use them all up, but these shoes can go. Just like the Metaspeed Edge Paris is over 200 miles and it still slaps. It was time. But that's a shoe that I'm on the fence about getting the 2 or just getting another one of the 1 on sale because it's one of those all-time favorites for me. So anyway, let's talk shoes. Shoes we've been running in here. First off, we'll go with the Hoka Cielo X 1.0. Yeah, I know the Hoka Cielo X 1.0. The 2.0 just came out, and now I'm talking about the 1.0. You're like, great, still relevant because that just means that this shoe could possibly go on sale. Now, people gripe a lot about laces. The laces are like these ribbons here, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't really complain about laces or uppers very much unless it cuts my toe in half and I start bleeding from my big toe. Then I'll probably be like, yeah, this upper needs some work, or maybe I need to retie it, but they're fine. The shoe is bouncy AF. And if I had to describe it, even though you've been hearing about it since the Olympic trials, I would say that the Cielo X 1.0 is a Nike Invincible. A race day Nike Invincible. Yes. Like more structured. Like the Nike Invincible, the original one, I was like, I'd land and I should shoot off to the side or shoot off to the, like, I would not literally, guys. Okay. I'm just being dramatic. That's kind of what I do. I exaggerate. So but, like, when I land, it's a lot of energy return and a lot of bounce, but I wasn't necessarily focused all the way forward with it. It just felt unstable. The Cielo X 1.0 definitely has that stability. Yeah, I did an 18-mile long run in the shoe, and I did, the shoe, was sent to me, by a guy named Chris, um, which I am grateful for. It's at the end of the last live stream, what I was saying, because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to get this shoe. I'm maxed out on my budget. There are no more shoes. I always say this. I'm done. I'm done. There's the rest of the year for the next 10 months. I don't know if I'll buy another shoe. I'm out. I'm done. But then, like in August, I'll have a complete new 12 shoe rotation watch. It happens every time. This is the Nike Streak Fly 2. s- Connor. Connor's on there. Limited stock. He just throws it in there at the end. Oh yeah. So Streak Fly 2 is coming out. All these things, it's gonna be the best. It's usually what Connor's early review is about a shoe is like, "This is the best." By the way, limited stock, so, it drops on this date. So you're not gonna get it. It'll be sold out everywhere. It is gonna be 180 right in that Takumi Sen, wheelhouse. So Stevie76 is in here. What's up, Stevie? He says, "Sell a kidney." I might. I might do it. Part of I on the other channel today, I had my top 5 recovery shoes, which is a hard video to make because I don't like running slow and I don't enjoy recovery runs that much. I usually just listen to podcasts and I don't know, zone out. But in that video, I talk about this woman talking about running running shoes and jeans. Like you can't wear running shoes and jeans. Like they don't go together. You can wear running shoes with anything else. You can wear jeans literally with anything else. You just can't combine those two. And it's like, why don't you worry about whatever running shoes you're running in jeans and no jeans, and I'll worry about whatever I'm doing because I am going to wear running shoes with jeans. Because if I don't, like if I purchase regular casual shoes that look really nice, then that's money I could have been spending on running shoes. Otherwise, I'd have to sell kidney. I don't want to sell kidney, and I don't. I'm already very married, so unless my wife is like, Andrew, we got to get you some Vans, then I'm like, okay, cool, let's get some Vans. Otherwise, if she doesn't care, I certainly don't care, and we're currently still spending all our money on running shoes. So anyway, for my budget, so I've been getting sent some shoes. Other companies have been sending me some stuff. Here's a shoe that I'm gonna run in that's somehow not as ugly as the. This is the Mountain Coast P1. It's all gray, and I took a dump all over the Adidas metallic shoe colorway when it came out, the Adios Pro 4. They've got some really good colorways for that shoe, and the metallic gray is not it, and I was like, "I'm never gonna buy a gray shoe." Like and I still probably, with given the choice of free will, would not choose this P1, but I'm gonna run in it. It's a stability shoe. I'm not really big in stability shoes. I told Mountain Coast I can run in it after the Boston Marathon, and we'll see. I might need a stability shoe after that. Who knows? We're we're gonna give it a whack. Stevie76 says kidney is at least worth 250 bucks. It's a super shoe for sure. At least one, possibly two. And I don't know what kidneys do even. So I know you're going to need at least one of them probably. So you can't sell a couple kidneys. Kind of gets in the way of being here for a long time though. It's a little risky, but maybe the shoe will be worth it. All right, what else we got here? I wrote some stuff down. I'm trying to keep it focused, guys. Rebel V4. This one popped up on the Subwell app. and it's the blue and yellow colorway. 60 bucks. 60 bucks is the golden price. Rebel V4, any shoe for $60, count me in. We're going to do it. I put this shoe on while I was walking around the house in my Rebel V3s. What I was surprised when I did that is that the Rebel V3 and the Rebel V4 are more alike than they are not alike. And I don't know why I had it in my head is that like when the Rebel V4 came out last year, everybody was like, if you love the Rebel V3, and when I say everyone, it was like Kafuzi. Kafuzi was like, and you really like the Rebel V3, right? You should stock up because the Rebel V4 is different than the 3, and it is, right? So I went to Joe's New Balance outlet, and I bought a pair for, I don't know, 70 or $80. So I have a second pair of Rebel V3s. I wear them. It was a mistake. I'm not buying multiple shoes again. It's a really good shoe. I like it. It's like a gym shoe. I like it for ground contact. Some of the complaints with the Rebel V3 with that foam, the fuel cell, is that it bottoms out. So they put a similar amount of foam. The drop is the same for the Rebel V4, and I think the drop, yeah, it's like 30 millimeters to 24. It's wider. That's the thing. It's like, okay, it's almost too wide. It's almost too stable, but it's still lightweight. It still gives you the ground contact in 2025. This is that low to ground, lightweight, up tempo shoe. I love it. The guy I bought it from on the Subwell app, I told him, he's like, I hope you like it. And I was like, bro, 5% chance on that. Okay. 95% sure. I'm buying this knowing very well that 95% of the time chance that I'm going to hate this shoe. And he's like, okay, well, I hope the 5% happens for you. And it did. I like this shoe. I'm going to run in it probably after the Boston Marathon a lot more than the Boston Marathon. I just wanted to try it out. In the meantime, I'm going to stick to that rotation, the rotation that I'm currently running in all of these shoes. So yeah, that's my notes for the Rebel V3 now, or Rebel V4. The other shoe that I'm running in, I talked about it today in the other video, Neo Zen. We just got to 100 miles. This is a very soft shoe. In my initial review, I was conflicted because it was new, and I feel like when I get a new shoe, I feel some of the bounce on my runs, and I want to pick it up, and I want to go. And I do feel like you can pick up the pace a little bit with the shoe, but mostly it's just like a marshmallow around your foot. And unlike the Neo Vista, which the foam was a little too soft and collapsed a lot, this foam is more reinforced or supportive. And so it helps provide some structure to the shoe. So it's very, I was wrong on the Stutter Dud, the video that I made, like 2025 shoes. I think the Neo Zen will be a dud. It's like the Neo Vista without a plate. I was wrong. They have a whole new foam. This shoe is the one that I've been like really reaching for it. When I talked about the outsole, I thought the outsole looked like the Neo Vista also, which had a terrible outsole, but I ran in the wet conditions in this Neo Zen, and it's not necessarily super sticky, but it's better than the Neo Vista. So it does all right. All right. So I have a box, and nobody in here is going to be like box, box, box. And I hope they don't say that box, 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 because that's the kind of thing you hear on number one rated live streams and not 90-second rated live streams. So, in my inbox or people, companies for accessories, massage tools, headphones, air compression boots. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to try those. I'm going to try those. Foot massage. I'm going to try that. Now, like, okay, I think I'm done trying all of the accessories. I'm pretty convinced. One of the things that I say no to sometimes is like off-brand shoes. It's like I don't know where I'm gonna fit this in, and I don't really know much about the shoe. And then I decided, you know what I want to do? I want to say yes. And I have an idea. What I want to do is take shoes like the one I'm about to show that was in this box that I just unboxed, and then translate it into the brands that we all run in. So it's like, if you liked the Rebel V4, you will like this particular shoe, or what it's most like. So if you ever feel like venturing out and you find a good deal and it's cheap somewhere and you want to know what it's like, you can do it. So this is a brand called 361. They have a shoe called the Miro 99. I think it's like the 3-ounce shoe or 4-ounce shoe. I saw some people testing that one. They were not available any longer. This one is called the Flame 3.5. I don't know if you can see. I can't see. I got to make sure my glasses aren't. You can see my hands underneath the upper. It's almost transparent. So it reminds me of like a Puma see-through upper, one of their light uppers. That's kind of the material for it too. This is called the Flame 3.5. I believe the stack is 33 to 27 for 6 millimeter drop. Just so slightly a little bit more underfoot than the Rebel. It seems like a faster racer than a marathon racer. So maybe 10K or half marathon. I don't know what you call those Alpha Fly laces.